Hey guys, Scott Sullivan here with Classical Theist. I want to talk about something that's really important, especially now in our day. You know, traditionally speaking, Christianity has always made the claim that morality is ultimately grounded in God. That's where it ultimately comes from, and this was the position of St. Thomas Aquinas, and it's a position that I defend as well. And I'm actually right now making a whole course on this idea that morality is grounded upon the divine essence and the divine will. But this issue comes into question in our day when we talk about Islamic terrorism. Some people want to make the claim, well gosh, you know, you got these Islamic terrorists out there. Well, they say that too. They're out there killing people in the name of God. They're out there killing innocent people because they think God told them that. So doesn't that make the Christian claim somehow ridiculous or absurd? Isn't this idea that morality comes from God called into question because of what these Islamic terrorists do? So I made this quick video for you that addresses this objection. Again, this comes from my much larger moral argument course, but nevertheless, I think you're going to find this helpful, so check it out. All right, the next objection I want to consider now against the moral argument is what we can call the Islamic terrorist argument. I heard this argument come up one time in an academic philosophy conference. Someone brought this up in the context of discussing these sorts of things. And it would go something like this. The Islamic terrorist also believes morality comes from God. That's what they think, right? And they think they are entitled to kill people because of it. They think they are entitled to kill people because God told them to. So this just shows the absurdity of such an idea. It shows the absurdity of trying to ground morality in God. So it's kind of I guess you could consider it a reductio ad absurdum. We're just trying to reduce the grounding morality in God claim down to this ridiculous conclusion that, you know, terrorists use this idea to justify killing innocent people. And the response to this argument is that even a good, sound account of morality can be abused. This is true of almost anything. A good account of something, a good account of morality can still be abused. And that's what we have, I think, going on here with the Islamic terrorists. In this case, they think God has commanded them to, you know, kill the innocent. And my response to that is really the same as the atheist response to that. Basically, no, God did not tell you to do that. So the claim here is that, you know, the problem with the Islamic terrorist is with their moral epistemology. God never told them that. What they think they're supposed to do is in fact wrong. That is not a true moral command. God did not say that to them, you see. So the problem here is with the terrorist moral epistemology, not with their moral ontology. You know, remember the distinction. Moral epistemology has to do with how we know morality, right? Moral ontology has to do with what the world has to really be like in order for there to be morality in the first place. And I would say Islam has moral ontology, right? Yeah, these moral commands ultimately do come from God. They got that part of it right. Where these terrorists go wrong is in their moral epistemology. God never told them to do that in the first place. So while their moral ontology might be correct, their moral epistemology is wrong. They're right in thinking that moral obligation is ultimately grounded in God, but they're wrong in thinking that God has commanded them to kill the innocent. So ultimately, I think just because a correct moral account can be abused, that doesn't mean that it's wrong. Obviously, we have this saying in moral theology, abusus non tollit usum. Abusus non tollit usum. Abuse does not take away use. It could come up in discussions like when you're talking about gluttony. You know, people can abuse the eating of food. You can eat too much of it, but that doesn't take away from the legitimate use of eating with food. And the same goes here. I think we have a good account of morality here when we're talking about grounding moral obligation ultimately in the divine command, but that can be abused, and it has been here with the Islamic terrorist. Hey guys, if you like this video and you want to see more like it, I do new ones all the time in the areas of philosophy, theology, apologetics. If you like that kind of stuff, click this button right here. This is a subscribe button. It's going to subscribe you to my YouTube channel, so click this so you'll be notified whenever the next video comes out. Also, get a copy of this. This is my How to Counter Atheism course. It gives you a course on how to how to counter the 10 most common arguments that atheists use to undermine belief in the existence of God. Now, if you're on a mobile device right now, links in the video like this, they don't work, but they are right down there in the video description. Thank you for watching, and God bless.